In this video, you'll learn how to assign a static IP address to an M340 Modicon PLC. To do that, the first thing you're going to check is on the M340 CPU itself. On one side, you'll find like two rotary switch. You want to make sure that the lower rotary switch is going to be in position C or D, which equals the stored position. That way, the M340 will know to look for its configuration to get its IP address. The IP address we'll want to assign is going to be this one, 192.168.10.38 with a subnet mask of 255.255 and a gateway of 192.168.10.1. Let's go ahead and create a new project. In this case, we'll be using an M340 P34 2020 model. And I have only a 4-slot backplane. Here we go. We're not going to put any password on this application, so we'll just hit cancel. So we need to go in here on communication, network, right click, new network, specify IP address, specify a network, you put whatever name you want in there. Double click on it. You need to go look at the model family and make sure you pick the right hardware in there. So I know I'm using a CPU 2020 and I know that its firmware version is higher than 2. At the time you're watching this video, pretty much all our M340 PLCs should have a firmware greater than 2, but you might want to double check just to make sure. Next, we're going to go into IP configuration. And we're going to enter that IP address. Let me bring that up again here. So let's go ahead and put 192.168.10.38 with a subnet of 255.255.00 and a gateway of 192.168.10.1. You can either close that window to accept your changes, or you can go and press that little button here, validate. Okay, now we can go ahead and close that window. I'm going to go in PLC bus. So you can either close that here. So you can either basically double click on the Ethernet port here, or if you expand this here, you can reach the same place by double clicking here. So both methods are okay. Channel 3, we're going to define this channel as being an Ethernet, and then we're going to link that network we just created here. And then again, I can either close that window or press that validate button to accept my changes, and then you'll see something happen with this icon here. This is a network that's not been assigned to a physical port yet. When I click this button here, you see that now the icon changed. That means that this network is now attached to a physical port, which in this case is the embedded port of the M340 CPU. So let's close that window. Now, before I go ahead, one thing you want to make sure is that IP address is actually available on the network. So let's open up a command prompt, which is already here, and let's try to do a single ping. And wait for the result. So we now know that this IP address is available on the network. So let's pull that out of the way. We're going to go and then build the application. And then I'm going to go PLC set address. For that first connection, I'm using a USB connection. So in standard mode. So the check mark is to the left of PLC, the address is SYS all in caps, and the media is USB. I can test the connection. So I can successfully connect to that. And then I'm going to say here, back to PLC connect. So I'm different, so that's okay. Now I'm going to just, you can either use those icons here or go PLC and then transfer project to PLC. Transfer. And let's put the PLC into run. Now let's retry. So if I try now to ping that address, we now see that it is replying. Now let's try to connect to it via Ethernet. So right now you can see I'm connecting to it via USB. So let's disconnect, PLC, set address, change my media to TCP/IP, and put the IP address. I can test the connection. And then I can connect to the PLC. So I'm equal. Now you can see that I'm using the IP address. We've just successfully assigned a static IP address to the M340. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was useful.